Hi and welcome. I'm Jenny and this is True Crime Stories and More, a place where we will explore unusual disappearances, murders, unexplained deaths and other crimes. Some solved, some unsolved. Join me as we delve into the strange, bizarre and at times downright horrific. This is the story of the Hinterkaifeck murders. In 1922, on a remote farmstead in Germany, 6 people were murdered with a pickaxe. There were no witnesses, there were no arrests, and the strangest part, the killer may have stayed after the murders. The place was called Hinterkaifeck, a small, isolated farm about 70 kilometres north of Munich. It was the home to Andreas Gruber, his wife Cecilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, her 2 young children and their maid. They kept to themselves, quiet, private, but something strange was happening in the weeks before the murders. Andreas told neighbours he'd seen footprints in the snow, leading to the house, but not away. He heard footsteps in the attic. Keys went missing. Tools were moved. He never reported it to police. Maybe he thought it was nothing. Maybe he thought it was someone he knew. Then, on the night of March 31, 1922, it happened. One by one, 4 members of the family were lured into the barn and killed. Blunt force trauma. A pickaxe, delivered with surgical precision. Inside the house, the killer moved next to the sleeping maid, killed her in her bed. Then 2-year-old Joseph, the youngest child. The next morning, the house was silent. Days passed. Neighbours grew suspicious. No one had seen the family. Mail piled up, cows were restless. When they entered the farmhouse, they found the horror. Bodies stacked in the barn, partially covered in hay, faces bruised, skulls crushed, and the most disturbing part, the chimney was warm. Bread had been sliced, cattle had been fed, someone had been living there after the murders, sleeping in their beds, cooking in their kitchen, feeding their animals. Who does that? Investigators were baffled. There was no sign of forced entry. The dog was unharmed. The bodies had been carefully arranged. No valuables were taken, nothing stolen. This wasn't a robbery. So what was it? Theory 1, a family secret. Rumours swirled that Victoria's son Joseph wasn't her late husband's child, but her father's. Andreas had a history of abuse. He and Victoria had even been tried for incest, though the charges were dropped. Was this an honour killing? A revenge plot? Theory 2, a disgruntled lover or neighbour. Victoria had relationships in town. Was someone jealous? Was Joseph's real father involved? Theory 3, a mad drifter. Someone hiding in the attic, watching them, waiting. It fit with Andreas's reports. The missing keys, the sound strange above. Was someone already inside the house? Days before the murder? Police investigated over 100 suspects. Every lead dried up. No motive, no confession. Years later, even during World War II, soldiers still talked about Hinterkaifeck. The house was eventually demolished. All that remains now is a memorial cross in an empty field. But the story refuses to die. To this day, the questions echo. Who lived with the dead? Was it a stranger, a friend, or someone the family trusted until it was too late?